coming to work here is a pleasure. I just, when I thought about coming back to work and getting back into wrestling, I really didn't want to do it because I was going to go back up north, and I was actually on the fence about what I should do. But coming here has been just a dream. It's awesome. Ric Flair feels the same way. Every time I see him, he's smiling from ear to ear going, oh my gosh, this is more than I ever dreamed it would be.
Welcome back to the Wrestledope podcast here on Wrestledope.com. And indeed, that was Hulk Hogan referring to how he feels about his situation currently in TNA. And it appears Ric Flair is having the time of his life on that light schedule.
Oh, yeah. Flair is always a good man for the media. Most of the time not intentional, but looks like a bit of an old domestic there in the Flair household. God knows what it was about, but if Flair can definitely put his wife over, then I think Hogan's in with a shot.
A lot of people said it when they heard Ric Flair was deciding to marry again, and it really is sad to see that just not long later that he's having such troubles again. But certainly, at least anyway, in his professional life at this moment, he seems to be happy.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's having the time of his life in there with AJ. He's living it up, and to have the girls and the suits and still kicking ass in there, definitely keeping the ratings up, I think.
Now, TNA Impact this Thursday night in the US on Spike TV, and here in Ireland and the UK on Bravo. Saturday nights. We watched it this week, as we always do. We're a big fan of TNA, just as much as WWE. And it started off a little bit strange. We heard a theme tune that perhaps sounded a bit reminiscent of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I think that was the American-made theme tune there with Abyss doing his thing, and you can see some Hogan-esque moves without a doubt. But I'm kind of a little puzzled as to this whole Hoff ring or HOF ring or Hall of Fame ring or whatever you want to call the bloody thing. But definitely I'm a bit lost on that one. I don't know what they're thinking, to be honest with you. But I think Flair kind of said it all when he said that you may have some superhuman strength, but you're not a Hall of Famer, to Abyss. And I definitely scratched my head on that one, and it was beyond superstars territory television, without a doubt.
There was something very hokey about it. It was a strange opening to TNA that really didn't deliver this week, with Abyss coming out to the American-made team, and it seemed like something I didn't want other people to see me watching. It was almost embarrassing 2 weeks previous when you had Hulk Hogan speaking to Abyss and giving him that ring. That promo, that backstage segment, it honestly made me wonder. I mean, it's one of those moments that you question why you were even watching. But perhaps they're going somewhere with this, and maybe Abyss is the right guy. But personally, we both think Robert Roode is sitting in the sidelines, and he needs something to do.
Yeah, without a doubt, Robert Roode. I think it's time they took beer money and definitely put the old split through there. Robert Roode, we were thinking future global champion. That he's got it. Main event, pay-per-view, would people pay to see him? What do you think?
I believe that they would, and I think he was a big draw anytime TNA tours. And this past week, we saw beer money coming to the ring, and almost in shoot style, they asked about whether they could get a spot and what they could do to move it on a bit. And you had Hernandez coming out and challenging them. It looks like it's going to go ahead at some point, that we're going to have Morgan Hernandez versus Beer Money. But is that what we want for Robert Roode?
Well, on the strength side of it, it's a strong tag team division. Something that's not too relevant in a lot of places these days. Probably Ring of Honor and TNA definitely delivering on the tag side of things. So to break up what originally kind of was a team of situation, which we're not too fond of, to be honest, but developed into a great tag team with Beer Money. But yeah, Robert Roode, I think he can definitely go his own way, and yeah, I think it's time to split him up.
So with that said, we have Abyss standing in that position where he's going to get a pretty big push. By all accounts, Hulk Hogan is a big fan. We believe that to be the fact that he's always worked throughout his career with Monster Heels. He's perhaps made his name with the likes of Andre the Giant and Earthquake being two notables. But Abyss certainly in a good position right now, and perhaps in a better position than many of the TNA originals. They're getting lost in the shuffle at this time.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at your Motor City Machine Guns, and even ODB on this week's Impact was something that you kind of even forget about, that such a talent is on the roster. Yeah, definitely a lot of names getting pushed aside there. But then again, I just think the roster's a bit on the... Is it...
Slim pickings?
I wouldn't say slim pickings, but on the superstar scale, I think they're just definitely throwing a lot of stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
It's one of those things, isn't it? If you've never seen some of these people like Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, back in their original, we'll say, time, if you're a younger fan, and you're bound to be really enjoying every moment of this because you haven't seen it before. But the old school fans seeing it now for 10, 20 years at this stage, it's something that most fans want to see new ideas, new rosters and new performers, and perhaps make some new memories.
Yeah, one in their defense, definitely they've always put a good bit of time into their new stars that come in and debut, from Amazing Red, right the way around to your Rob Terry, and the current global champion, as we know, and then even your Desmond Wolfe, another great talent that spent a good bit of time in the business and is getting his push. He's getting the push he deserves, Desmond Wolfe.
Whatever happened to the Don West push? He was coming down with Amazing Red. Why did they stop doing that?
I think Don West, definitely has the face for radio.
He deserves a place, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, TNA cut some insane deals, and I think taking Don West was probably one of them. But Mike Tenay and Taz, definitely a good combination.
They're getting better and better, and it's certainly relief to not have Don West on commentary. But I think he could do with a spot there somewhere. It seems at this time there's almost a secondary set of characters now, such as your Don West and your Jeremy Borash. They are no longer in front of the camera as they used to be. It's got to be a bit of a division that's going on there. I would wonder what the kind of atmosphere is like there. But going through this week's Impact, we started off with Nasty Boys versus Team 3D. Jimmy Hart coming back out for that. Great to see Jimmy Hart back on the TV again. Although disappointing that there is no megaphone. I think it's a bicycle helmet now.
Yeah, a new gimmick there for Hart. God knows why. But yeah, the winners in that one, Team 3D. They managed to put Sags through the table at the end, and a sloppy match.